Wow, look at this. I'm in the middle, and I have all the power. Take it away, Ben.
I deem you commentary man. All right. God damn it, this pay-per-view really was a whole lot of bleh.
Yeah.
Just a mountain of bleh.
Can you spell that for us?
Yeah, it's B-L puke.
Capital A, and then lowercase a,
Yeah, I would have
and
spelled
then
it
E.
B-U-L-L-S-H-I-T.
Blah.
I mean, the matches were all right. They were, nothing spectacular, but it was the booking that would, again, it felt like a lot of it. I remember reading reading a tweet that best suited it up. It's like, God damn it, this isn't, SmackDown Bring It On 2003. Okay, we can championship matches have DQs. Okay, but that's.
It wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad. It was a Fastlane. It was a Fastlane pay-per-view.
Yeah, Fastlane last year was the utter drizzling shit.
So, by comparison, this wasn't terrible.
I mean,
Mental image.
Yeah, but by comparison, it's better. But actually, I think I simultaneously would like it better if it was worse, because then
Oh well, something interesting happened.
Yeah, it'd be far more entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is entertainment.
Like as it is, I'll only remember these. I will only remember this pay-per-view for a Jack Gallagher moment. Which,
yes.
Good lord, my eyes will never forget because they still hurt.
That was amazing.
Color testing trunks and the
big test pattern.
whiter than the ring, skin tone.
Whiter than Sheamus.
Like, wow, I think he really is whiter than
me.
Sheamus. We have to see them close, but yeah.
That shouldn't be possible.
I have no idea how a man could get that pale. I mean, has he ever heard of the sun, let alone seen it?
If he's anything like me, he doesn't tan or burn, he just cancers.
Ooh.
So I would imagine no, he doesn't see the sun very much.
The most miraculous thing to me about all of these people, Aiden English, Sheamus, Jack Gallagher, all of them, is that they seem blemish-free. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah.
There's no bruises, even though they take bumps. No, freckles or...
Sheamus has freckles on his shoulders.
moles. Okay.
And I saw a pretty
I'll
bruise
take
on
it.
Samoa
Gotcha,
Joe
gotcha.
Yeah.
in the first match too, but yeah, it's like they took a marshmallow and taught him how to wrestle. It's weird.
But it's thanks to that match that it became a Jack Gallagher mark. But
Smooth and pink as a suckling pig.
And if it weren't for the translucence of their, the skin, seeing some veins and whatnot, I would think that they have an opposite kind of spray for the orange one, like the orange spray for tanning.
Or like foundation or something like that?
Skin bleach?
I was thinking, maybe just have white spray on. Like anti-tan spray. I don't know how that would work.
Yeah,
Don't ask me to patent it or anything.
I could just imagine Aiden English, Sheamus, and Jack Gallagher just plugging their nose and wearing condom caps as they dump themselves into some liquid white, and then they.
How else do they come out so blemish-free?
It's
incredible.
I have no earthly idea, but it's time for us to exchange gifts. Now, I will be the first one to admit
that we don't have.
That we do not want to have one for Amy. I'm sorry.
I didn't get one for you either.
Well,
that's all's fair.
All's fair. But I will also admit that mine is a little.
Oh, please blow.
No, mine's actually really lackluster. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, he's building up.
No, I am so goddamn serious. I am not trying to build anything up. This is lame, but not a special kind of lame.
Okay.
Then what are you waiting
for?
for?
I'm not going to try to build mine up either.
Okay. I'll go first this time. That's how little faith I have in it.
Oh, you didn't even wrap it or anything.
No.
Well, at least it's something I can wear.
Nobody cares.
I guess I can. Okay, so it's clearly a shirt.
My problem with it is that it's not immediately obvious.
Does it have the price on it?
It might. I don't know.
I don't normally check, but you do, so
That's
now
classy.
It's like
Alright, what do we have here?
What do we got? Better not then do that. It better not be freaking Kevin Nash. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Big D Diesel? Really? Kevin Nash again?
Told you it wasn't the.
It's surprise! It's another Kevin Nash gift. Yeah.
Like I said, it's not very special. It's not very special. I was kind of crunched for time, and I figured, What better security blanket than to fall on the old favorites?
Let me get this. Yeah.
The problem with the shirt I find to be is that it's too good to be lame.
And you know the symbolism is there with a diesel truck. Very subtle. Yeah.
Wow.
And a big old D.
Yeah. That sounds like
Also
Kevin Nash.
subtle.
Man, no.
Yeah, it's a good size though.
Not
Thank you.
compensating at all. No.
Well, I'm gonna say yeah, thanks. You know, I mean, it's not even obviously Kevin Nash. Like this isn't. This is pretty obviously, you know, Rodzilla.
I don't know. I don't think anything's gonna beat either of your shirts in this department.
Well,
They're both.
I mean, like I
amazing.
walk into the gym with this on, and it's just automatically weird.
my workout shirts has a Pokemon on it, and it says "Working my puff into tough."
Oh, that is awesome! I've wanted that shirt. That is
Get
so
it?
cool. I love that.
It's so fun to work out.
But this one is like it's not immediately obvious what it is. Just like there's a truck. It's a black shirt. It's like and somebody would
An
actually have
obvious
to.
overcompensation.
Mm-hmm.
But-
Well, that's hence the lameness of it. But it would be even better if the truck was shaped like Kevin Nash's face.
that be
Oh,
good?
you mean like in Maximum Overdrive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
I was just
god.
thinking that. Boy, wouldn't that have been a different movie?
Okay, I'll put this here with stuff and. What's this work?
So,
And here's your gift.
okay.
Whoa!
Well,
That was the gift.
You know, I just zoomed to the camera.
yeah, you walked in front.
I'm trying not to.
You walked in front of it and
Yeah.
changed the autofocus.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Oh, I put it. Oh, it's right behind us.
Oh, it's the. Oh, is it a bag of dice? Is it a bag of dice?
It's not a bag of dice.
Damn
It
it.
is in a Crown Royal bag,
But
but it's not a bag of dice or an
There's no
alcohol.
Crown Royal. God,
There's not a Crown
damn
Royal
it.
or a bag of dice.
Well, okay.
Come on.
Way to crush our.
You knew it would be another fucking action figure because that's my go-to.
Yeah, but
For
I'm trying
Fastlane,
to.
for Fastlane, it's gonna be another.
Okay,
action
okay, all right. Long hair.
What do you think it is?
Long hair. It jiggles.
That may be more to you know
Yeah, how old it is.
to handling than to.
Okay, all right. Let's see what we got here.
Jiggling and handling.
Ugh. You know, to other people,
You just got punked.
to other people, this is great. Yeah, it's a CM Punk action figure.
You see, to anybody else, this is awesome gift.
To everyone else, but oh god,
But to him, this is a special. This is a special gift. This is.
oh god damn it.
He's got front butt now.
Oh, he's got the Exorcist torso. This is great.
Keep it away from her. She'll bite the head off it.
I might.
I won't ever give you an action figure.
It's like who
After
am,
seeing what you did to poor Kennedy.
You
like-
had it coming.
who am I again? Oh, Punk! Oh damn, this sucks so much.
It's rickety.
It's rickety, and oh, I love it. They couldn't license the Pepsi.
I think we didn't even get the Pepsi.
They couldn't get
the tattoo.
Oh
like,
wow, are you serious?
Yeah, like
Let me see.
yeah. See, CM Punk's tattoo's supposed to have
Yeah.
that's supposed to be a Pepsi symbol, but
So
it's
just
just a
putting
red.
a red dot?
Yes.
Who gets
It's
just a big
red dot.
Who just gets a red dot?
At least put something in there. You
Yeah,
know?
they couldn't
like
even
a
get the
peace
Pepsi
sign
symbol.
or...
All right,
And look at that smirk. Look at that smirk.
like
They got the likeness down pretty good.
eh.
Even his slightly crooked nose.
This was like what 2010 Punk, I want to say.
Yeah. With the yellow and black trunks.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's he wasn't wearing his.
when
fucking,
he was really, really promoting his straight edge.
Yeah, like I think this might have been around. Yeah, this was around the Straight Edge
Yeah.
Society. All right, I think I need to explain myself a little bit.
Put this guy. Let's put this
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might need
Go
to.
ahead and let them drink it in.
Yeah, like drink it in, man. Come on.
Autofocus. Come
Nah,
on.
nah, it doesn't want to autofocus. Not with your.
Yeah.
So we'll just kind of go like that. But anyway,
Yeah.
point being that I hate CM Punk for many, many reasons. You know what I mean? Like when he was heel Punk, that fit me perfectly. That was just I couldn't like him more as a heel than I could have as anything else. But as a person, I find him to be just the worst kind of athlete. And
Well, as a person, he's the worst kind of athlete.
I mean,
Because
I'll put it to you like
that
that.
makes perfect sense.
All right. I mean, as an actual person, not like as a wrestling persona.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, like, and not as a wrestling persona, but as a person who legitimately buys his own hype.
I love how every time you hit it, his arm does like one of these bushwhacker things.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean. He buys his own hype. He bought into his own propaganda.
He bought into his own.
Want to do something about that shoulder injury, buddy?
Yeah, but I don't know. Shoulders aren't supposed to do that. Shoulders aren't supposed to do that.
He's got something disconnected.
I don't think you're supposed to sound like a baby rattle either. Unless it's his brain.
Oh.
After so many concussions.
After that UFC fight.
Oh, I was never.
I count potato.
I was not. I can't even remember how happy I was when I heard that.
I wish I were there with you for that moment.
Yeah, when CM Punk tapped like a bitch.
That landmark life event for you, yeah.
Yeah, like a bitch.
What happened?
CM Punk finally had his UFC fight.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And the only person who would fight him is this barely, bottom rung fighter who's just trying to make a name for himself. Mm-hmm. Got him to tap it in under 2 minutes. Oh, it's beautiful.
Was it worse than Kimbo Slice?
Well, Kimbo. The thing with Kimbo Slice is that at least at the very least, there were two actual fighters, not somebody who was way past the hill. I think Punk's like 38 at this time, so he was 38. So he spent the last 2 years learning to UFC fight, learning to MMA fight, having it one last go around, making his money just to embarrass himself. He just, there's no way of going around it. He just embarrassed himself to, what is the MMA equivalent of a jobber. So.
And we had debated what would be more poetic, is if he actually got knocked out and went to sleep, or if he tapped. And I think that you enjoyed him tapping more than just getting knocked out.
Because
that shows that he willingly had to give up.
Yeah, he willingly had to give up. By the way, GTS, worst finisher of all time. I'm not hearing any argument saying otherwise.
I don't believe it's the worst. I'm not going to argue now.
I can think of a worse one that happened in a certain match today that we'll get to.
Oh, yeah, but at least that's hysterical. This one is...
I'll give you that. That was...
I believe mine is...
grand.
Wait, which one is this?
Oh, you mean this?
Oh, the KO punch you got. She got to see her first WMD.
More like a KO rub.
It was more like, here's looking at you, kid, or a sensual rub to the cheek.
Yeah.
And the worst part is that it wasn't like he was, facing off against him. He was already down in the turnbuckle. He was just folded up in the turnbuckle, and he just kind of squats down. It's like, here it comes.
and he even does this sell it like with the
yeah, and he saw the bravado.
Mm-hmm.
It's like kissing his fist. Like, here comes the best thing you've ever seen. Very slowly coming at you.
It was like any given fight from the new Powerpuff Girls reboot.
Ooh. I almost expected him to reach out to the Big Show and be like, yeah, bring it in. It's like, no, stop it. This is my move. No, sorry. Let me just...
I look how we just completely jumped the gun and just decided to talk about the WMD spot just immediately.
But that's because she was talking about her worst, her least favorite finish. And you know what? How can you argue that? It's just a little rub to the... Like, at least Roman Reigns does a little, pirouette into the Superman punch.
A pirouette?
Yeah, he does that little...
Because he's so graceful.
Yeah.
So graceful, but nope, GTS is still worse. Because at the very least, you know why it's supposed to hurt.
Because it's a giant person punching you.
Yeah, at least you can understand why. But here with the GTS, when you were up on his shoulders and then he kind of awkwardly lets you back down onto your feet and then just kind of throws his knee in your face, it's so awkward, it doesn't look good, and you have to think about why that hurts.
Yeah, and apparently it hurts your knee more than their head.
Yeah.
As you've explained.
Yeah, that would just hurt your knee more than it would hurt their head.
It's like a headbutt to the knee.
You could just say that kayfabe knocked him out.
I suppose you could say.
But nice kayfabe.
But I trumped both of you with the Osaka Street Cutter.
Really?
I've showed you that one before.
Refresh my memory.
It's the one where you get the guy... God, it is a convoluted move, and that's part of what makes it bad. Mm-hmm. But you know how you get a guy for like a reverse suplex from behind them? Mm-hmm. And you lift him up like that. Yeah. And you allegedly drop him on their head or go backwards or something. Yeah. Or you drop him forwards, whatever you're going to do from there. Yeah. You let the guy down and back to his feet. All of that, lifting him up, just let him back to his feet.
Why?
And then you do a stunner. Instead of just walking in front of him or kicking him and turning and doing the stunner, you do this whole thing of lifting him back to behind you, where he really has the advantage because he's behind you now.
Maybe he's just trying to have him have fun, like a you know? If you're going to bring him pain, you may as well give him an enjoyable ride.
Well, I hope they're having fun because it looks really stupid. It is very impractical, but it is wrestling, so.
Yeah, that's a whole lot. That's a whole lot of going around the city block to go next door.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, where are you gonna go at this end? He's back where you could have just turned him around or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Or you could just done the stunner.
Or the Alberto Del Rio double stomp in the corner after hanging him from the tree.
Oh, there's another good one.
God,
this is really turned into like the worst wrestling.
Yeah, I know, but
are we ever going to talk about the actual pay-per-view?
Yeah, I mean, do we have to? But yeah, I guess
Yeah.
I guess we do, but.
Nah, why should we talk about what people came here to see?
Yeah,
Yeah. Unfortunately, she wasn't here for the pre-show, which was actually fairly involving. I mean, as far as pre-shows go.
I was out with family. Sorry for having a life.
But I gotta give props to Cesaro and Sheamus for having their little time up on the desk and realizing that, hey, people still care about us. And as you're hearing the cheers from them and the boos for Sheamus.
It's like, oh, yeah, they were cheering for Sheamus. I'm sorry, they're cheering for Cesaro because that's as you do.
As you do.
And Sheamus, does this thing. It's like, you know what? It was like, you may have gotten cheered for Cesaro, but they booed louder for me. And that's what counts.
Okay, yeah, I am kind of sorry I missed that.
It's about volume.
Mm-hmm. And Sheamus had this great little move where he tried to do the hover hand on Renee. Just to...
Oh, he was so awkward. It was great.
Oh, God.
How'd she take it?
Oh, she was professional. She was just kind of like, maybe she was just thinking it was Dean Ambrose. That's how she got through it. But
he even did like a little scooch. He was kind of like, so Renee. So what? Tell me your thoughts on.
This is awkward.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I believe that somebody's going to gift that within, 20 minutes of this going up.
If they don't, I've lost all faith in humanity.
Uh-huh. I would like to point out that he preempted that entirely. He had a woman right to his right that he could have done that, but no.
To my right, to my left. Yeah.
Well, to his stage right.
I wouldn't want to stand in the way of your bromance.
Aww.
I'm not going to break you up.
Aww.
Just wait till cute a couple.
Okay, here we go. There we go.
Hey,
Three
man,
amigos.
I ain't no swinger.
Three amigos. There we go.
Wait. You gotta do the hand gesture. Three amigos? I think it's like them.
Oh,
Ha!
there you go.
You never saw Three Amigos.
Yeah, I have. I
And
just
I
don't know how to do the
feel
gesture.
old now. Holy
I can't remember how
crap.
to do the gesture.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in over a decade.
Yeah, we had to watch half of Blazing Saddles to detox from this pay-per-view. Just
Always a good time.
But another segment that I felt actually kind of reached beyond its grasp a little bit is apparently Mick Foley was talking to Stephanie McMahon over a little intercom, and then all of a sudden Jinder Mahal comes in and says, "I don't want to be with Rusev anymore." And if you have never seen Jinder Mahal before, he looks like he sweats pure protein powder. He's actually uncomfortable how buff he is.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's the fact that he has no body fat, so every vein and sinew is just sticking out a mile.
He looks dehydrated.
Yes, it's actually kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's not the healthy kind of
No,
fit. It looks very.
It's not.
It looks like maybe he'll be having to take a pee test sometime soon. I hate to say that, but
Yeah, allegedly.
If it's not true, then egg on my face and all that. But damn, man, you don't get to look like that and not have some people whisper about you behind your back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I
And if all fails, just deny. Work for Jose Canseco for a time.
And then write a book, and then implicate others. But so Rusev comes in and demands singles competition as well, and then all of a sudden, Mick has a bright idea. How about I put the both of you in a best of 7 series?
And immediately I'm like, no, please don't do it. And thankfully, just like
Hey, you had a moment there.
Yeah, you had a genuine emotion. But no. right on the frame, everyone screams no, including Stephanie McMahon over the phone.
And never has the universe aligned so nicely. It's just like, I'm right with you guys. You got me. Yeah, that would have been terrible.
That was just absolutely terrible. But other little bits about the pre-show, the Samoa Joe interview where his hang phrase, "It's so simple," or "It's so simple." Find another one.
Samoa Joe. I think I counted 3 times in one conversation. He does it in more than one conversation.
Yeah.
It was like 3 times. Every time it goes back to him. It's like, well, it's how are you? What's your strategy going into into Fastlane? It's really simple. It's like, yeah, we got that. Everything's pretty simple. And then actually he's got a point. Everything does seem pretty simple for him because he goes in, he mops the floor with you, and that's about it.
Just once I want to see some kind of sports commentator ask an athlete a question. What's your plan going in? And it's like, well, actually, it's a very complicated theorem I'm working out on.
Yeah, really.
I'm trying to find like a case of otters right now, and it's
following
just not
camera as he walks into his conspiracy theorist locker room, full of papers all over the walls.
It involves quantum entanglement.
It's like thread and push pins everywhere.
Sleeper hold with like a red string tying it to the next move.
Rube Goldberg machine.
Yeah.
Of pain.
Like
actually, I'd pay to see that.
Cut to like a montage of him throwing himself against the wall, trying to figure out, how do I do this?
The wall with the pins and the string everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you have heard of a whiteboard. Well, but yeah, Samoa Joe, it's all right. It's all right.
And all of a sudden he looks up with the look in his eyes, like, I got it, and
that's when it becomes so simple.
And it cuts to like Sharpie Barker just saying, put him in the clutch, and that's it. that's what I do. I put him in the clutch.
Make go boom. This win.
But the only reason it sticks out so much is because Samoa Joe seems like a very intelligent person. So when he keeps saying it's so simple, it's like no.
Like I said, it just becomes a kind of a hang phrase for what he says when he doesn't really know how to bridge to what he's supposed to say.
Yeah,
a lot of these promos are very, very loosely scripted. But we did have a very nice pre-show match with, according to Renee Young, Akira Tawaza and Rich Swann. His name is Akira Tozawa, not Tawaza. Tozawa.
Tozawa, yes.
A little bit of the...
I've heard worse.
No. It was very quick. It was very, very quick. I don't think anyone had the, had the time to, Tozawa! To her right before she bravehearted and went Tawaza.
Adele Dazim.
Yep. Yeah, and... If only that was
topical in 2017. Christ, Amy.
If only WWE were so subtle. But yes, it's Rich Swann and Akira Tozawa versus the Brian Kendrick and Noam Dar. Now, I knew this was going to be at least a memorable match because Tozawa has apparently weaponized his own scream to the point where he can fusroda somebody, and then he's scared.
That's amazing.
He goes up to Noam Dar right against the ropes, and he goes, "Ah!" and he literally shakes.
The guy just has to do the behind the ropes. Am I gonna have to take a timeout?
Like the weirding way from Dune.
Oh god, Morib.
I begin with fucking Skyrim, but I end way back in Dune. Come on.
Nothing's strange for us anymore.
You know how good we are at derailing things. Did you really expect any different?
I know, but
did you think with me in the middle that things would be better?
No, I'm just saying, why did it have to go back to fucking Dune is all. That's just...
I'm surprised we haven't gone further than that at this point. Okay. Let's rein it in, guys. What's the next thing up? What's on the agenda?
Right before the commercial break, when Alicia Fox was basically used as a human shield between Noam Dar.
Yes, the ageless Alicia Fox.
Yeah, Alicia Fox has... Damn, I can't...
Look, I literally saw her and I couldn't tell for sure if that was her or not.
How old is she? I know we've had this discussion before.
Oh, I don't know offhand, but I remember seeing Alicia Fox like maybe towards the tail end of the Ruthless Aggression era.
Man.
Yeah, she does look amazing, but I don't know her specific age.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just impressive is what that is.
I wish I could be so lucky in 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's be fair to her. She might not be 20 years older than, whatever.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but during
good genes.
Good genes. But I will say that Rich Swann tempted fate quite a bit by going for the gotcha curb stomp.
Oh, yeah, that's a big no-no.
See,
we saw a couple, I'm not going to go to it, but we saw a couple spots, at least a couple spots this pay-per-view that were no-nos.
Yeah, there is, especially further down the line. But I will say that this particular move where Rich Swann, I believe he did it on, was it Noam Dar or Brian Kendrick? I couldn't remember. Because it was during a lot of tag team turmoil, as it were. Yeah. So he bounced off the ropes. The guy he was doing it on is bent over, and he doubled.
Kind of like when you're ready to do a famouser.
Yeah, like a famouser, or like a leg drop onto the back of his neck or whatever. But instead, he jumps up, and basically Mario jumps on top of his back and then away. And I realized that's about 3 inches away from a curb stomp, and they outright banned that move. So I gotta think that Vince McMahon ain't too happy about that move. It's like, well, it wasn't to the back of his head; it's to his back, which again, I guess is the difference.
But we love Rich Swann, so
don't
tell anyone that he did it. Don't tell anyone.
Even though everyone saw him doing it. Shh. Maybe Vince McMahon doesn't pay attention. I think we're safe. Vince McMahon doesn't pay attention to the little guys.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah.
And there was this one spot where Alicia played a distraction, but I wasn't quite sure what she did.
Oh my god.
But the camera just kind of whips to her, and she's just kind of wiggling her arms, and I'm thinking, like, is she trying to do the Lieutenant Uhura erotic fan dance from Star Trek V?
Well, God, why'd you...
I get the feeling...
We're full of all these ancient references today. Wait, let's keep it going.
I get the feeling that there might have been a lead up to what she was doing, but the camera didn't catch that part. So out of context, you just have her going...
I'm thoroughly sorry that I missed this.
It's like challenging someone to a dance. Challenging someone to a dance off.
I don't know. It looked like...
Was she a wacky, waving,
inflatable
arm flailing tube man?
For a
kind
moment,
of like one of the Bailey buddies?
Yeah.
Okay, that was pretty good.
But we bring it back home with Rich Swann performing a corkscrew 450 splash. That was
really... I've never seen him do that before. I'm pretty sure. I would remember.
Right on Noam Dar, 1, 2, 3. We are done, and Kira and Rich pick up the win. Good on them. This was weird spots, but memorable, but good weird spots, and a very, very good tag team match, and perfectly acceptable for a pre-show match. And considering the strength of the rest of the matches on the card as far as the booking is concerned, or even by in-ring presence and technicians.
Technical skills.
I put this on probably in the top 3 matches of the night.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and for anybody who's, into some of the more risky stuff, you got your stomp.
What I call the gotcha curb stomp.
Yes.
But unfortunately, like on one hand, I don't want anyone to hear what I say, like top 3 matches on the card.
And then later on, maybe you change your mind.
No.
Like that,
no, it's like I don't want anyone to hear what I say to think that, well, that must mean it has a very, very weak card.
Oh.
I would say that match would be good no matter what card it was on, but it is helped by the fact that there are some very, very, very weak matches in this card.
This is true.
Coming into the next sort of weak match on the card, not because of so much what happened in the ring, so much as like how it just kind of like coitus interruptus, and it just stopped. It just felt like the match stopped.
That's pretty.
Yeah, Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe. A lot of brutal strikes from Samoa Joe's.
I came in halfway through the match, and you told me I missed some pretty good hits, but from what I saw, it.
Well, like it feels like Samoa Joe. It feels like Samoa Joe just is like he softens his fists, but his He kicks like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think he needs to work on that though, because much like you know the,
Yeah.
you know, it's just so slow, and he can't sell it.
Who had the worst punch, the Big Show, or Samoa Joe in this case?
Oh no contest. It's
I don't know
definitely
if you're to open it up for.
Yeah, I would say it's Big Joe.
Big Show because of all the lead up
Yeah.
to that punch.
There weren't as many of them.
like
Samoa Joe had more, but this is a quality over quantity type thing.
it's just like a person at the gym who you know they got their barbell
It really
and they
was.
stack on like a 45-pounder weight to both sides and they're like no, I need more. They go get another one and another one. Eventually they got like 600 pounds on. They're like, all right, everybody in the gym, watch this shit. Oh fuck, I gotta go piss. Okay, somebody else can put this away. That's kind of what the Big Show's lead up
This
is.
is quite an elaborate situation.
Very, very
Compared to-
involved in very, very involved in specific metaphor there, Gabe. I'm not.
Speaking from personal experience, perhaps?
Oh, not that I've ever done that. I've seen it happen at the gym. Yes.
There we are.
It's not like I'd ever be crazy enough to try to lift 600 pounds.
But
Like, it's not without peeing first.
but at the very least, Sami Zayn sells like nobody. Nobody sells like Sami Zayn. And,
yeah.
And even though when Samoa Joe's kicks were brutal, they were made even more brutal by the fact that Sami Zayn just like.
Yeah, there was a moment where we legit thought that there was an injury.
Yeah, that's what Sami Zayn does, and on one hand, that's kind of dangerous because if he does have an injury, how is he like how? Oh.
He'd probably signal to the ref for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, like just the look on his face is turned red, and just you can see that his eyes watering. He's a pretty damn good actor.
Yeah.
Damn good.
To be able to sell that.
Damn good physical actor, certainly.
This was definitely the match that I was looking forward to.
Yeah, so was I.
No,
But
mine was. What I was looking forward to.
and we'll get to that in a little bit
Yeah,
as well.
we will.
But one spot in particular really opened my eyes to the possibilities here. Seeing Sami Zayn perform the Blue Thunder Bomb on
Samoa Joe was just
yes. The fact that he could do it to Samoa Joe is the fact like, oh, God, who else could he do it to? What other
what other like Braun Strowman?
Can he do it to Braun Strowman? Can he do it to the Big Show? The Big Show. But
Sami
I'd like to see
Zayn
that,
is
because
just
that was impressive.
keeps getting better and better and better, and I mean like Cesaro, I still kind of hold as the pinnacle, but Sami Zayn, he just keeps pushing it.
Yep.
And I know they had a best of 7, I guess it was, between, or was it best of 3?
It was who are you talking about?
Between Sami Zayn and Cesaro in NXT when
Oh,
it was
that
like the
was-
match of the year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty proud of Zayn, just watching him grow
Yeah.
up like that from those days, and
Yeah.
I couldn't be prouder.
Those 2 out of 3 falls.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 falls. Thank you.
Oh yeah, there we are.
Like I would love to see Cesaro and him go at it again now that they're both in, the brands.
Yeah, look in the
Raw
same.
and SmackDown.
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll happen at some point. It's got to.
it's got to.
Yeah.
It's just too good not to happen. I'm not sure when it'll happen, maybe, but it'll happen. But another particular spot that I enjoyed seeing Samoa Joe do was the very, very high enziguri. When Sami Zayn was on the top rope and hunched over, and Samoa Joe managed to catch him almost like a complete bicycle kick right to the back of the head. And God, that man's like a roly-poly bug shot out of a cannon.
It is impressive how someone that big can be that bendy.
Yeah.
It's thoroughly impressive.
It's thoroughly fun, but after that, it just kind of ended with
Samoa Joe, big and bendy.
Like if he were a kickboxer, he would just destroy.
Yeah.
he is the.
So long as he doesn't try to, nerf his punches at all.
I think I don't think
That was disappointing. I really do hope that he gets better at that, because that was just ridiculous.
Yeah, some of these soft shit punches, but it just ends with him putting him in the clutch, and I'm just thinking
It's like you could go for a cup of coffee and come back before the punch connects.
Oh, that's
That is-
just mean.
that is mean.
That's like Great Khali chops. That's like erosion with the Great Khali. I'm selling this so hard because the Great Khali is huge and it hurts.
But as I said, like he puts him in the clutch, and 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, there wasn't even a count. Ref just says, "Oh, he's fucking out," giving it to Samoa Joe. Which I'm glad Joe won, but I just wish that fight was 10, 15 minutes longer.
Yeah, and didn't end so anticlimactically.
Yeah, same thing with Rich Swann and.
We had a lot of anticlimactic ends to matches.
At the very least, it left you wanting more, and that's good.
But not necessarily in a good way, though.
Well, I guess better to leave you wanting more than wanting less.
Yeah, I mean, like, for the two extremes, yes.
Speaking of wanting more, we'll get to that.
Yeah, but speaking of wanting less, Enzo and Cass in the club for the tag team championship.
Yes.
Okay, so you're just all on board for Enzo and Cass.
Enzo is quickly becoming my new favorite. I adore him. I wish I could be famous and make a career out of looking like a Muppet, like he does.
You see, the way you describe him like that, it reminds me of why I loved him so much when I first discovered him. And now I feel bad because I've been souring on him.
Why?
I think you might have as well.
How come?
Well, it's the idea of remember back in the late '90s, a wrestler by the name of X-Pac. Now, how at the beginning everyone is hyped up for him, but then his antics just flatlined, and he never moved on from there, and it was just like, oh God, I hate you. Hence the term X-Pac heat. It's not real heel heat, not like, oh, I can't wait for a face to beat you. It's not like, well, somebody just fucking kill this guy. Would you really think that he's flatlining in that sense, though? Because I say quite the opposite. Well, you haven't been witnessing his antics for the past 10 months.
That's also true.
So
were they actually wilder than this in the past?
No,
well, actually, from if I may, my perspective on it is, if they had gotten gotten wilder and wilder, that would have been nice. What annoyed me was that I saw him do certain jokes in NXT, and when he transferred over, I had to listen to him do the same ones, unfortunately.
New audience, probably new to them.
Yeah, but then...
Lots of comics recycle jokes.
And it's fair. That's fair. And I gave him that. I was like, they only got so much right, and they can't just dole everything out, so one person. But after that, he started to lose momentum, though, and the jokes started to become a little worse each time.
I haven't seen it, so it's new to me. And I love it.
The thing is, that's not really his fault, though. I don't think he comes up with everything that he says. A lot of that is always writing for these people.
To be fair, though, I don't know how much is scripted and how much they're allowed to ad-lib.
Exactly.
So where I like to come down on is in-ring ability, because no matter what WWE does, no matter the booking decisions, how a wrestler performs what he's doing in the ring is completely up to them. It's all on them.
Yeah.
And I mean, Enzo isn't a terrible wrestler, but he is prone to some botcherific moments.
It's true.
Remember
I'll give you that.
Like Enzo tried to do a baseball slide down to the ropes, but his chin caught the bottom rope, and he just whipped himself.
That sounds hysterical.
We thought he died,
but we were horrified.
We thought he fucking died because he just like mannequined off the apron. So
we had,
and they had to stop the match.
I can imagine that didn't feel good.
We had to put a little message before our review that night to wish him well. That's how bad it looked.
Because he wasn't moving. He was not moving at all.
Did they?
Yeah, the ref did one of these, and the ref.
Yeah.
They called off the match. Match fucking ended.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Shit, that's nuts.
Yeah, it was. God, and he was out for like 3 weeks because of like.
Oof.
Yeah.
And this was right
in the... What did he do? What was the injury?
Like he just knocked himself the fuck out.
So, I mean, the concussion's obvious, but like, did he get...
Oh no, his head whipped the ring apron.
Like his chin caught the bottom rope, and then it pushed his head back, and it was a concussion.
No, I get what happened.
I believe it was concussion.
Yeah,
concussion. It sounds like it could be whiplash too, and that's pretty serious.
But
to be out for 3 weeks.
I'm not sure about.
And I thought I was a klutz. I fall down flights of stairs on a monthly basis.
Ooh. Yeah, well, I think it's that like he probably could have wrestled in a week, but WWE didn't want to put him out in the ring to re-injure himself again.
And I'm really glad they're finally looking out for their talent. I'm so happy. We were talking about it earlier, how it just wouldn't be the case. Like if you were in the ring, you could be on the brink of death, and McMahon wouldn't give two shits. You could not break character. And I'm glad they're finally getting with the damn program. It took long enough, and they want to make sure that they don't kill the people under their employ.
Yeah.
Also, you may want to think about changing your shoes.
What?
Flights of stairs.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, what's wrong with my shoes?
That's probably not good. Yeah.
But the match that happened with the club is very endemic of the kind of matches that Big Cass and Enzo Amore have. That Big Cass starts off on the ropes, and he acts like an excited child about I want to play, but Enzo has to begin each match. And Enzo can hold his own for a while, but then he gets into trouble, and then it becomes a game of when will Enzo reach Cass?
See, I never noticed that formula until you mentioned it, and now I will never unsee it again. Well, you're so right. Now that I think about it, it's like, oh, shit.
You would have picked up on it eventually anyway, regardless of us.
I'm not sure about that. I don't want to give myself too much credit.
You just be so.
I mean, I missed a lot of the good jokes in Blazing Saddles, apparently, that were so obvious, but I was like, oh, I get it! Pennant just stare at me like, you just got that?
Welcome to the club. He gets most things.
But what really killed me about this match in particular were two specific spots. It's when Carl Anderson, I believe it was Carl Anderson, intercepted Enzo before he could make the hot tag by just basically spearing him from midair and just it's like, no, motherfucker!
That was pretty amazing.
As well as the
BAM!
As well as the hysterical ending where I believe it was Carl Anderson got Enzo in the pin. Enzo gets his leg on the ropes, but then Luke Gallows comes in and takes his leg off the ropes. Not that it would have mattered anyway, because the ref didn't see it at all. Yeah. So he counted about 1, 2, 3, and then Carl Anderson Zoidbergs himself out of the
best part of the match.
Yes.
Zoidbergs his way out of the ring.
Carl Anderson,
Bam,
after scoring the pin, knowing what awaited him with Cass.
Well, the look in Cass's face, though.
Yeah.
You could see homicide in his eyes.
Okay.
He does almost a cartwheel out of the ropes into a run.
Yeah, his feet didn't touch the mat. It was just...
It was almost cartoonish, yeah. It was almost like
I'm surprised there wasn't the little wheel of feet and the dust cloud.
Yeah, puff of smoke.
Like a la Roadrunner.
I can just imagine him cartwheeling over the ropes and not stopping.
Just
See, now that needs to be gift.
Bye bye, motherfucker.
Someone gift that. Just sprout wings and just.
Carl, that was awesome. Keep it up. That's how you heal.
That is how you heal.
That was really good.
That was amazing. Now, I believe this was your favorite match of the night.
Are we finally going to talk about it?
Yes, we are. It was next on the card. It's Nia Jax versus Sasha Banks.
Sasha, my girl, my waifu.
Yeah, she's a Sasha Banks fan.
We're hair soulmates. We're hair mates. That's a deep bond.
It can be. I'm not saying it can't. I'm saying it can.
I'm so happy to finally see her win. I've seen her get her ass kicked so many times, and I know she has a lot to improve on. I know that she has a ways to go still, but there's just something about her. She's adorable. She's adorable, and I love her, and I'm so happy she finally. Sorry, it's just. Even from NXT, I just find her a little bit...
There's nothing to be sorry for. This is what we do.
I just find Nia a little bit too bitchy since she left NXT. She always had that edge to her. She was always super snarky, but it was still charming. I mean, I hate to say the word tsundere, but now she's just a straight up bitch.
Well, I thought you were going to say sorry for obsessing over Sasha. Now that I know you were going to call
her...
Why
would I ever apologize for that?
Well, now that I know you're talking about Nia Jax, it's not okay.
I know how much you hurt her. But even you agree, they just really cranked up that persona for his 211, and it's making her genuinely unlikable.
Well, she's supposed to be a heel, so...
I know, but she does it too well in that aspect.
I don't know. I don't think a heel can heel to heel.
Yeah, that's true.
Heelish.
When she was shaking Sasha like a frickin' chihuahua, I mean, my God.
Yeah.
And the things that she said to her.
Yeah, I will say that, as a heel,
Vicious.
like an actual...
You're making me like her more.
As an honest-to-God monster
I
heel
would.
that Nia Jax is
Yes.
supposed to be, a monster in mascara. Is I believe it should be her tagline.
That should be her trademark.
A monster in mascara, but like seeing her like wear Sasha Banks like a mink coat and just
That's torture rack.
To be fair, if I could, I'd wear her like a mink coat too. She's very colorful.
just bending her up and just
You
play.
probably could.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she straight up baned her. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, the backbreaker.
Yeah, just
Oh, God.
raw.
Oh, before I forget, just want to rewind just a little bit back to the Samoa Joe Sami Zayn fight. I know. Yeah, just seeing Samoa Joe put Sami Zayn into that modified bow and arrow hold. That was awesome.
That was that was a good bow and arrow.
God damn, that was fucking awesome, and that was needed to point that out before we get back to
It was worth pointing out.
Sasha Banks.
yeah, much back to Nia Jax. Just I will say that the only reason why I was looking forward to this match was because I know that Nia Jax has an ability to just wear
kick ass.
Has the ability to wear women like clothes and just like that.
She's an Amazon.
Exactly, and seeing Sasha Banks, who bumps like a goddamn maniac. I mean, it's like she purposefully takes as many tumbles to the floor as possible.
Okay, I have to give her props. She does take good bumps. She does.
Very, very, like, painful-looking bumps and very, very...
painful.
This is true.
Painful and awkward bumps, which is what really sells it for me.
Yeah.
Like, I can't count how many times where she's ass over tea kettle and she's just landing on the back of her neck and just like...
just legs akimbo and...
But the difference between her and someone like Sami Zayn is the difference between someone who is like she bumps purposefully hard. You could tell that she's doing it purposefully hard, and I appreciate the effort. Whereas Sami Zayn bumps like he realizes where the force is coming from, and he acts appropriate to the amount of force. Yeah. So it just feels like he's being killed, not just like, oh wow, damn, that was fucking like he's really killing him.
So Sasha Banks,
she is quite bouncy.
Oh, yeah.
To be fair.
To be fair, yes.
So Sasha Banks is kind of like tries to make it look even more painful than it actually is.
I would say she kind of exaggerates it a bit
just
for her own little show-offy move.
But it looks more.
It looks more but then like it draws attention to itself a lot.
Well, sure. But I'm trying to.
I think I get what you're saying.
Well, I'm getting a scope of like the different kinds of ways that people sell, like because then you have Shawn Michaels.
Oh yeah, Shawn.
Where it's not necessarily doesn't really look painful per se. It just looks like the gravity got turned off in the ring. Or as so often, like he looks like a noodle dangling out of a little or an octopus in a
tumble dryer.
Yeah.
He dangled over and
mental image. Poor octopus.
So yeah, so it just looks more comical than
how did the octopus even get in there?
Somebody had to
put.
So
sad.
So there's lots of different ways, but yes.
Onigiri tonight. Onigiri tonight.
Again, why would you put rice in a dryer?
Hey, that's how rice cookers in a rice.
Is that how it works? You put sushi rice, nori, and whatever meat in there. You turn it on, and just out pops sushi. It just assembles itself.
In the world, according to me, it does.
Because that's how that works.
Well, you have to have something in there that's sticky, so that it all combines together, into one substance.
But back to the match you like. Back to the match you like. And I was fairly ambivalent towards because I didn't care who came out of the match. I just kind of felt like, well, Sasha Banks hasn't really got much momentum behind her.
You weren't rooting for Nia? Like this guy?
I like Nia as a force, but not as a wrestler. I like the fact that there is somebody in the women's division who is basically the Braun Strowman of their division.
I'm going to challenge you on that.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure that you don't like her as a wrestler so much as a wrestler because she doesn't really get a lot of chances to like take bumps or do really impressive like high flying stuff? Because I mean she is big. That's her thing. And a lot of times she's put in squash matches because of that. So have you seen them? This is going to question both of you. Have you seen the match with her and Asuka?
I have not.
Yes.
I have not.
Ah, you have seen that match.
I did. I don't remember a lot of it. This was a while ago that I did see it.
Okay, so any immediate opinions about that? Don't worry. It's okay if you didn't like it. It's fine.
Well,
I'll be okay.
I love Asuka, and speaking of people that can sell it.
Okay.
But I honestly don't remember much that stands out. This was a while ago, and I'm pretty tired. So
It was actually
my brain. I'm not having a brain fart. My brain just is a giant fart. So you have to explain this to me.
Okay, so you have the floor. Speak your mind.
Okay. Going back to me? Passing it back? All right. It was a really good match. Like you said, it was a while ago. I can't really perfectly recall every spot that happened, but there was some like really good like power bombing and
Usually is with her.
And Asuka, you know, she brought the pain. She the two of them made it seem like it was actually possible for someone that small to beat her.
That is true.
Because
Asuka is just like, she's just pure adrenaline and an adorable little package.
Yeah, so that match really worked. And when she beat Nia Jax did this Godzilla roar. Right?
I do remember that.
Right before getting the final kick to the head and being pinned. And I was just like, that's what I
was missing
love
from
about
wrestling.
women's wrestling. That is awesome. Thank you, Nia.
I forget, they announced her weight coming down and it
272.
Yeah. I mean, even for someone that tall and that big, she doesn't look like she's almost 300 pounds.
Mm.
But I'm thrilled because a decade ago, you would never see Nia in wrestling, ever. They would never have allowed someone with that body type to join the team.
Yeah.
They wouldn't think it was marketable. And I freaking love how they're opening up their minds about that.
Exactly. That's why I love women's wrestling so much.
Nia is amazing.
Because
I don't like her wrestling persona, but just as a person and her skill and just the fact that she's even there to begin with is really impressive.
Yeah.
I just wish I was privy to all those moments, I suppose.
Well, you know, we can show you that match at some point down the road.
Yeah, I mean,
It's on YouTube.
We have the network and Hulu Plus, so if it's on NXT, it should be on there.
It captured some of that, like, I'm not going to say, you know, as much, but it captured that kind of Zane Owens emotional kind of...
Hell, let's watch it after this. I'd totally be down.
Okay.
Sorry, going...
Yeah.
Right, middle seat. Yes, back on track. Take it away.
Point of order on the Sasha Banks and Nia Jax fight. I never once thought that Banks was going to win, but they tried to tell a story about her injuring Nia Jax's knee, and that became the...
It's always the knee.
Well, when you're going to chop a giant down, where better to go than the knee?
Just for all the matches, it's always the knee. That's my knee!
It is always the knee.
It's always the knee, and that that didn't really help. It's the storytelling angle from that point of view. But I guess I was surprised when Sasha Banks surprised Jax with a roll up and into the bridge pin. I thought for sure there was going to be some kind of interference, but there wasn't.
There was a Princess Bride moment where she's just on her back choking her, and she's like trying to slam into the corner, trying to shake her off.
Oh yeah.
It was the Wesley physique.
Oh yeah, the
Vice.
physique. Yeah.
It was glorious.
It was their own little. There was their own little love letter to the Princess Bride.
And she was just like a little monkey. She got thrown off and is up.
It's just a Spider-Man monkey junk.
It's like she
right
looked
back on.
She looked like Yoda to Nia Jax's Luke Skywalker training in Dagobah.
That's a pretty apropos comparison.
Oh, if only Nia Jax could jump around those Dagobah swamps like Luke could. He's doing double
How do we
rolls.
know she can't?
Oh god. Or like those little hoppers in Mass Effect, the synthetics that jump around.
Oh god. That was. But she got the win. I guess as a sort of a.
Finally, freaking finally. I've only been seeing her ass kicked for the past few matches now, and it was so cathartic. Not just to see her win, but to win against fucking
to see her win.
Nia.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would say that because of the way that Nia has been acting lately, how they turned up her heel, that made it more satisfying to see her be defeated.
Like I was saying, I think that they cranked up that persona a bit too much. I think she should dial it back a little bit.
And I wholeheartely disagree.
You're saying yourself that you were starting to dislike her a little bit.
Oh, but it wasn't because of that.
Then why?
No, the reason I had was because I was seeing her in too many squash matches, but I understand why. I know that's what you do.
It still sucks though.
When you're big, you squash people. But my problem was how many times it would be like, okay, you're going to have a tag team match with Charlotte and Dana Brooke, and then it's like, but guess who's really tagging? I'm not like most girls. And this is just kind of just keeps happening.
So it was the booking's fault more than just her as a...
No, it's the booking's fault, and I should have been more specific. It's not her, it's the booking. Just like with Enzo, it's probably not him, it's the booking.
Well, when you see Enzo, like, supposed to flail over the ropes and then... Like,
I'm not saying that's the booking.
Yeah, that when Enzo messes up in the ring, and it's becoming very apparent when he does, that's...
It's like, no, it's a conspiracy. It's the booking. No.
No, it's like, no, that's fucking Enzo.
No, it's just, it's funny. It's just a little, you have to stretch your imagination because you have Nia Jax in the division who can destroy anything.
Hashtag wrestling geek.
Wrestling game.
But oh, wow, that perfectly derailed his train of thought. Way to go.
Wow.
With just words. It's a talent.
Who can destroy any, I don't even know where to go with that, actually.
That is how awkward I am. It's a gift.
Okay. But you have her in the division who can squash anything, but she doesn't have the belt. So
yeah,
it's like...
Yeah, that just does not make
how
any
many
sense
times
to me.
is how many times is she going to come out, kind of just do Charlotte's bidding, basically, by destroying Charlotte's opponents? It's not like she's Dana Brooke. That's Dana Brooke's role. She's Nia Jax.
And the way that one particular match went, Dana Brooke might not be Dana Brooke for very much longer. But we'll get to that. Jinder Mahal finally had his pay-per-view presence known. I think this is actually the first time Jinder Mahal, in a long, long time, was actually on a pay-per-view main event card.
Okay. That's a good point.
Yeah, so,
yes.
I wouldn't know, I suppose.
That must be why he got so ripped.
Yeah, like he was. I remember he was on the. I remember he was part of the roster for a while. Then it was like that was brought back, and then like the difference between him then him now is like the difference between like me and Lex Luger. It's
yeah.
Oh God, hence why the rumors. But so apparently Mick said like, all right, you both you and Rusev will get your own singles match. But Jinder and Rusev start fighting with each other to see who gets to fight first, and Jinder lays out Rusev with a brutal flying knee over the center over the barricade, and that was so good. And he winds up having a really good fight with Cesaro.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, like it was
Right the hell out of nowhere.
Just
It's just like, I'm not touching this one, dude.
It was
it
was like very, very much, of the day booking. But for what, how spur of the moment it was a fine match. It was a fun little match with Cesaro and Jinder. And especially seeing Cesaro doing a one-arm suplex. Deadlift suplex.
Deadlift gut wrench one.
Yeah, that was,
Rewind me a little bit before I forget. It occurred to me for the first time tonight, after getting a really good look at her face, that Nia Jax looks like Jennifer Lopez if she ate Mario Lopez.
Yeah. I wrote that joke down too. I didn't want to forget it, but I forgot to read it.
It's true though. Like, she's gigantic. She really does look a lot like J-Lo. Just,
Yeah, she does.
After she ate
Mario Lopez. And then gained his height and strength.
That's not okay.
To be fair, I hear Mario Lopez is kind of a dick, so he probably had it coming.
Well, I know you mean that in the best way. Kind of like when John Cena said that I'm like Mark Wahlberg if he ate Mark Wahlberg.
You know what I do with assholes?
Yes.
I lick them.
Of course.
And it makes just as much sense now as it did then.
And how can anybody hate John Cena, especially if they've seen that movie?
Thanks to you two, I can no longer hear that song without John Cena's dick.
John Cena's dick.
So thank you for that wonderful gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, John Cena's gotten so complacent about the ring chants. I would love to orchestrate something like that somehow, just to confuse him.
It's literally the entire arena.
I don't think it'd take too much.
And he's like, yeah, I hear a lot of people out there saying John Cena's what? Saying, What? But
Oh.
you can't see me, and then runs away.
No, you can't see this.
You can't
and
see me.
This and just runs out of.
What are they doing?
But
This needs to happen now.
for like the match that Jinder Mahal and Cesaro had, good. It was a match you could see on Raw. I think it was a match you could definitely see on Raw, including the super uppercut that from the top turnbuckle. Oh yeah, that was some fine gravy right there. And Cesaro gets the pin. Even like, all right. I'm not going to say no to a Cesaro win.
I mean, it was a it was a dirty finish, I guess, or dusty finish, but
not quite. No, because a dusty finish means that nobody it's like a count out.
That's right. That's like
where no one.
That's like when two people's feet hit the floor.
Yeah.
And if that was dirty, then again, going back to Sasha and Nia, that was the cleanest pin.
Yeah, that was
ever.
That was clean as a whistle.
That was amazing.
Yeah, and the way that they handled the booking on this.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt. I tainted finish.
Yeah,
tainted finish. That's when someone interrupts. So
yeah,
they win. Sorry.
Yeah, like
mind lapse.
It was a tainted finish, which won't be the
brain fart. I'm sorry.
Which won't
like
be the last one on the card. But the tainted.
How did that go?
Which won't be the last on the card. But Rusev gets out from over the divider and he stares at Mahal, giving Cesaro the giving him the opening to roll him up for the schoolboy. And he wins. So I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth. And then
I'm not looking at gift horse in the mouth. However, Cesaro needs to be pushed. Doesn't need help winning. The guy is like the single best athlete in the business.
You really think so?
Yeah, I really.
I mean,
it took Ben a little bit of convincing, as in basically convincing means showing me matches because we were both coming back into it, and I didn't realize. But he really is not just pound for pound the strongest guy in the business, likely, but he is possibly the most talented. Now that's a hard thing to say. When you got Sami Zayn's and
you really think so?
And AJ Styles.
Yeah, like because it's not the combination of his strength and speed; it's his ability to know where a joke is. Like
he does have a sort of finesse that you can't teach.
Ring presence is very good.
His ring presence, like he knows exactly where the camera's going to be focusing on. So like there's this great moment in, I believe it was Money in the Bank. Yeah, it was Money in the Bank last year where he had 3 or 4 guys in the corner and he realized I could do my running uppercut spot. And then he looks around and he does this. And he looks right in the camera and goes, and he just does the running uppercut to everyone in the corner. He was like
that is brilliant.
He was like the wrestling Deadpool. He has fourth wall awareness.
Again, I would pay to see that crossover. I gotta get more water.
Yeah, sure.
Excuse me.
We will continue this conversation.
Or for example, with Enzo, speaking of across the room, like with Enzo Amore and Cass, it's he's picking them up, and their thing is like, "How you doing?" He's like, "Well, how's he doing? Not too well right now." He's full of moments.
Full of moments like that, and
like with how tall he is to be able to do that thing where he like does the somebody tries to get him into like a power bomb or something, or the sunset flip or something. He does it and he lands on his feet.
Yeah.
Like how does a guy that tall, and it doesn't matter who he's fighting, how big the guy is, he always manages to land on his feet.
It's again, yeah, it's amazing.
Did you say repeat that?
Like a kitty cat?
Like a kitty cat.
Like a kitty cat.
Yeah, he always exactly. He's like a really tall, strong, sexy kitty cat.
Yeah, and
strong, sexy kitty cat.
And then him doing
Swiss.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot that part. Swiss kitty cat.
Yeah, he was also a Swiss kitty cat. But the best part of his game is when he steals Rey Mysterio's moves and does the.
This is what won me over so much with him. This was all I needed. Is that as soon as Rey Mysterio, well, you know Rey Mysterio, right? Yeah, 619. Yeah. Boyaka, 619. So as soon as Rey Mysterio's out, which is great on its own. I know I get heat for that. But Cesaro immediately takes his finisher, the 619, and starts doing it without it meaning anything. It's not a special. He doesn't call any attention to it. He just kind of he goes like this at the camera. He's like, let's do the
forgiven.
Yeah, he just took Rey Mysterio, who's basically a legend,
Yeah.
But he just takes his move and does it, even though he's like 3 times as tall, and it's harder to do that way. And he makes it look just as good or better. and it's like the Kevin Owens headlock match
just
for me.
in awe. It's just a thing of beauty, huh?
It is a thing.
Sounds
It's
like
like he's speaking to me. It's like he's speaking to me.
Looking in your eyes.
And someday he'll return my letters.
After that match, Rusev just, pounds Mahal, and Rusev gets his fight with The Big Show.
The Big Show.
Mm-hmm.
And this match was the most hysterically funny, and yet somehow still
It was amazing.
Yet still somehow a wrestling match of the entire night.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to think of what was the angle for this match other than well, I guess we need to fill out some time because our main event isn't going to be a very good main event. So so they just had, hey, Big Show, we know that your fight with Shaq kind of fell through. Real tough, that one. I'm sure everyone was on their...
Such a shame.
Yeah, such a... We were all waiting with a bated breath with the fight between you and Shaq.
2017? Ruined. Whole year just gone.
Yeah.
Not worth it.
I mean, we're always years from now, we're going to be thinking, what could have happened? What could have been?
But
we will never know.
So
we only got a taste of it in the Battle Royal. Only a taste.
And it tasted so sweet.
Yeah, and so Big Show goes into the ring with Rusev, and then all of a sudden everyone starts chanting USA, USA,
like the Big Show automatically warrants a USA chant.
Like Big Show was Captain America or something.
It's not like he has a red, white, and blue gear or anything like that. It's just and he
Although
wasn't.
Maybe he should.
Well, now he should, I guess, since people have attributed.
Then all of a sudden Hulk Hogan calls him, "What you doing, brother? You're infringing on a gimmick. I mean, that wasn't me who was Mr. America.
That wasn't. But I mean, he wasn't even in the Real Americans. Cesaro was though.
You know what it should have been? You know what it should have been? Like Cesaro goes back into the gorilla position, and then Rusev's in the ring waiting for his opponent. Then all of a sudden you hear Cesaro's music again, and Cesaro comes back out with his as Mr. America.
Oh God, America! Fuck yeah!
I do
If they
have
can
to
license that should be his new intro music.
He does have
yeah.
He does have a James Bond entrance, which is, even though it's British, it is a pretty big American thing for us. You know?
I mean,
that was pretty damn funny.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine how you would use his Swissness as a gimmick, other than hey, Cesaro section and he's the Swiss Superman.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he'd come out with cuckoo clocks and Swiss chocolate and leather lederhosen or something like that.
Although.
And I think
I would be okay with that.
That man could do just about anything he wants.
I guess I would like to see him wrestle in lederhosen. I'm not using that as a...
Speaking of doing whatever he wants.
I'm listening.
Well, no, what were your thoughts about, oh, for fuck's sake. Again, it's hitting me. I need to get some more sleep.
That's okay.
But the match between Rusev and Big Show was basically...
Happens to me all the time.
It felt like a glorified...
Gallagher.
Oh, Gallagher. Oh, that's coming up...
Jack Gallagher. Yes,
Jack
yes. I think we all
doing
can't
what just doesn't care
anymore. We'll get to him in just a little bit, but we need to finish off on Rusev and Big Show, which started off as a squash match, which, okay, fine, Big Show. We've seen this before. And then, Rusev gets a chop block in, and all of a sudden, the match starts swinging the other way. Mm-hmm. And then Big Show just lands 3 fucking choke slams, and thinking, wow, this is fucking awesome. What's he gonna do?
Yeah, but that was really funny for me because the first choke slam he did was okay. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, well, he did a lot better when he did chokeslam Braun Strowman, which is kind of weird because of how much bigger Braun Strowman is. And then it's almost the Big Show kind of turns like, what the fuck he say? And he goes back and he picks him up and does another chokeslam. Mm-hmm. And then another chokeslam.
And then...
Oh, sorry.
And then grabs him by the leg and drags him to the corner and props him up. And I'm thinking...
With a bride.
And I'm thinking, what in the hell is he going to do? It's like, oh no, he's...
Good.
And then he raises up his fist, and I'm thinking, oh no, he's not going to try to do the WMD.
The guy is not even standing
now.
now.
Fun, just,
He's not standing. He's just he's slumped over. He's almost out in the corner.
Oh God, poor Rusev having to take that fucking
and
part of a move.
having to sell it the way he did, and by God, he sold it.
That was the most hilariously shit moment of the pay-per-view and of. I have to soak it up. I have to think on it, mull it over, but I have to think if that's going to be up there in the most like. Was that a bad moment or just a great moment?
Like if the GIF needs to be the Roadrunner cloud and the there needs to be a GIF of him just like with the entropy clock.
With
going
like
down.
like the time still photography.
Yes, it's so slow that the universe has experienced heat death before it connects.
You haven't seen a Great Khali chop yet, have you?
Apparently not.
Yeah.
But I would like to.
Well, let me put it this way: you can't see it finished. It's still going. But if you go out into the night sky, get a telescope, and look up to the Great Khali,
and if you believe,
you can still see what the after effects of the light emanating off of the chop that hasn't quite finished.
Ancient alien civilizations guide how long their civilization has existed by the light reflected off that chop.
There's the Orion, there's a Scorpio, and then there's the Great Khali chop. Someday you won't be able to see it where it is now. Your kids
will just have redshifted too far.
Yes.
Alright, this I definitely have to see.
It's pretty fucking slow.
We gotta queue up 2 matches after this to watch.
Which ones? Just all the Great Khali matches are the same.
Any. Just any.
Oh, right.
I need to see this.
Middle seat, right. Do things. Read the paper.
It's going mad with power.
Oh God, it is. One guy in the. It was around this time in the pay-per-view where we noticed that one guy had a little son that I thought was pretty cute. Like 311 was an inside job.
I always want to point that out, and I still can't figure out if that was just a horribly dated pun or if he really is just an idiot. I would believe either.
Horribly dated pun, but I still liked it anyway.
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure about that. Because when have they ever been relevant?
So irrelevant that I didn't even know who they were.
Yeah, not since 1998, maybe 9?
Yeah.
I think that's... Yeah.
It's just... Why, though? Why, though?
Because they're the only band that ends with 11. You can't say Ocean's 11 was an inside job because it was an inside job.
It's a conspiracy of 11s, man. That's what it is. It's
joke.
the 11s. It's not 666. It's 11 that you gotta worry about. It's all coming together now, man.
Oh, God.
Put him in the push fit another piece of twine. I gotta put this on the wall.
Also, 23.
20. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Bad. That's a bad game. Bad game.
Yeah, let's not bring that up again.
But to your point about our gentleman Jack Gallagher and Neville, who battled for the Cruiserweight Championship.
Hold on, is it... I'm still trying to get this proper. Is it Gallagher or Gallagher or
Gallagher.
Yeah.
Good.
I thought it was Gallagher too, but then I heard the announcement and I'm like, wait.
All right.
Jack Gallagher.
There's only one G. I'll be damned.
Yeah, Jack
It's
Gallagher.
like that watermelon crushing maniac ruined it all for us.
Yeah. Although I don't know if he spelled his without the H.
Well, it's like the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah.
It's just,
Stain.
Once you learn the truth of it, you're just like, no way. No way.
Oh my God.
I really thought it was Gallagher the whole time.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was.
Yeah, but anyway, the best part of this match was just how I love how Jack Gallagher wrestles. He basically wrestles like he feels like he's 6'7" instead of like this 5'10" 150-pound guy.
Never put it that way. That's what it is.
So much fun with it.
Yeah.
He's having a blast.
Like when he was, thrown into the ropes and then he just does a headstand and then...
Yeah, just perfect balance.
And then he did the Adam Rosebud kick thing.
And then he got back up there.
Got back up.
He did it twice and he was like, nope.
Nope.
Kick.
Nope.
The guy grabbed his leg and took him off. But
Neville,
he was determined to go back out there and do it again.
Do it again. What I loved, what happened was like Neville was trying to, run at him, but then he'd throw his foot up, like, don't, like he was Stewart from Mad TV. Don't.
I gotta be honest with you.
That's a pretty perfect.
This is something that Adam Rose did in NXT.
Meh.
He didn't do it with a handstand though.
So
it's about how good you do it, not who did it first.
I'm amazed at how well his facial hair holds up after all that abuse.
Well,
I think Gallagher is single-handedly keeping the mustache wax industry afloat. Well, them in Portland.
I wonder if he also is from Mustache Mountain.
I wouldn't be surprised. There's another NXT guy that's coming up to the ranks.
Really?
Who's from Mustache Mountain?
Oh.
Apparently the birthplace of British strong style.
That ought to be
At least according to him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I bet Nakamura is thrilled to hear that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I know. But regardless, this match was just Dropkick City. Jack Gallagher and Neville just giving each other drop kicks after drop kicks after drop kicks to super elevated back presses and
constant dodging. There was just one over the other, like they were playing leapfrog, just alley-oop.
Just really cruiserweight stuff.
Just really fun, exciting cruiserweight stuff. It was a Phoenix Splash. There was a great Phoenix Splash, and Jack Gallagher headbutts like nobody else.
In midair, that was like a flying leap.
Yeah.
You heard the crack.
It was, just headbutt.
I mean, assuming that's not the guy with the stick and the paddle or whatever.
Well, a lot of it is that, but the hard contact is hard contact, and there's
There's a distinct noise of skulls knocking together, and that was the noise that
I want to believe that was the sound of the skulls cracking together.
Yeah.
I'm never 100% sure.
As long as you believe.
Yeah.
That is all
I want to.
But seeing like Jack Gallagher use his own like that second headbutt, and he just like
Yeah.
and then he falls on top and just gets the pin. Unfortunately, Neville kicked out, but holy crap! Just seeing them do that and just seeing them just like so much fun. It was funny and it was just inventive and it was so much great stuff, including the finisher with Neville's return of the Red Arrow.
That was a work of art.
Was it good for you guys?
Maybe even better. My favorite.
I don't even need to snuggle afterwards. I'm just, damn. So satisfying.
Hands down the best match on the card.
I will agree.
And
I guess I have to agree.
I mean, like I can't even. Because one, it was the best booked match on the card. I mean, I do agree that Neville should hold on to that cruiserweight for as long as he possibly can.
Yeah, he deserves it for sure.
He deserves to hold that on for. But both men looked like $1,000,000.
Yeah.
Especially seeing Jack Gallagher in his fucking like handstand, like no.
And those colorful shorts.
The color test shorts.
Yeah. Like,
just
those
focusing
things hurt
all.
my eyes.
Oh, speaking of people that are impossibly pale, I think that's what makes his outfit pop even more is the fact that he's just a bucket of cream.
When he falls on the mat, all you see is a pair of trunks there.
Like, shoot, how can I forget? Who's the guy from Fullmetal Alchemist?
are you talking about the characters?
Yes.
Wise? You're talking about Armstrong?
Yes. He's like what would happen if Armstrong had a much weaker, cowardlier younger brother.
And who was also ginger?
Yeah. It's
the sport of kings.
I love it. So many amazing characters now that I feel like I've missed out on for so long.
I'm glad that we could kind of win you over more to other brands.
Although
having to deal with some of the other baggage is it's a mixed bag, the WWE. Some of it's good.
It's true.
Well, when the good parts are good, they're excellent. When the bad parts, that's what alcohol's for.
Well, the bad parts are, what happens next with Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. Lol, Roman wins. So, Charlotte and Bayley for the Women's Championship. I feel like... I mean, really, was there left to say about... I'm not trying to be a dick here. Braun Strowman has made leaps and bounds in improvement over his ability to put on a wrestling match.
Yes.
But for him to just be fed all these jobbers all over the summer that happened, for all the time for having built up to be a monster, just so he could make Roman look stronger at the end.
Yeah.
That's all that was doing. So fuck that shit.
It's just gotta be hard
to
force someone
passing.
to hold back like that, you know?
I mean, is there any summing it up? Is there anything from that match that you wanted to point out?
One thing.
Okay.
One thing.
Says the man who's not in the middle seat.
Just one. Well, you asked us
he's
both.
Challenging your authority. You gonna take that line down?
All I'm saying is you asked the both of us, and I'm answering.
You said one thing.
I said one thing. You asked me point blankly, like, is there anything about this match you wanted to bring up?
Well, I'm gonna say it's two things.
All right. Well, here's the one thing I want to bring up, and that's his.
You want to break up? Say so.
Bring up. If I wanted to just bring up one thing, it was him ascending to the top rope to do what I thought was going to be a 5-star frog splash.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it connected like a flying headbutt, but that was because he, no water in the pool.
More like a flying starfish.
Yeah, I know, but that is the only aerial maneuver Braun Strowman ever needs to have in his arsenal. He's a nearly 400-pound man about to do a 5-star frog splash on you.
He ain't walking away from that.
No. I don't know anyone who's willing to take that, let alone get up from that.
We were really worried.
He barely did.
We were worried he was going to try to, take the Brock Lesnar route or Big Show route, do a moonsault or a shooting star press.
Ooh. Yeah, that was...
I wouldn't want to be either person.
Oh, no.
God.
Mm-hmm.
But a flying headbutt was enough risk.
Flying, or I don't think
a frog splash.
A frog splash is plenty. Frog splash is plenty. But of course, Roman goes out of the way, and
of course.
Is there anything?
One last spear.
No, just that it was pretty disappointing and extremely predictable.
Yeah.
And it was really short.
I don't think it's considered. Yeah.
It really was. And it just was really disappointing. After the match that came before it. It was just one hell of a letdown.
Yeah.
But we all knew Roman was going to win.
Of course.
Of course. That's how it goes.
LOL. Roman wins.
That's the new Cena thing.
Yeah.
Except that, with Cena, it actually seems more appropriate.
Yeah. To compare Cena to Roman is not fair to Cena.
Exactly my point.
Because Cena has charisma.
Yep.
Cena, even though the booking always made him stronger than anything in the goddamn world, at the very least, when he took hits, you believe they hurt. With Roman, because of that goddamn bulletproof vest, no body shots look like they hurt, and
it looks like a DDR, dance pad. Arrows.
Or a laser tag thing.
Good. He just came back from playing laser tag.
Or you hit in the right spot.
Or one of those walking elevators with the arrows go this way. Or moving sidewalks, I mean.
Oh, God. It's got little surgical things inside it to heal him as he gets wounded. I don't know. Reinforced bones. Who knows? Who knows how easy it is for him?
He's actually Wolverine.
Yeah.
They just don't want you to know.
But, I mean, it's Cena doesn't need to cover up his chest. Look at how fit. Look at how strong he is. I mean, Roman, you give the opinion of that basically you look really good everywhere except here when you cover that up.
Just like Christian from 50 Shades Darker. You can't touch him all the way around here.
I'd like to see Roman do the whole drawing a box on his mantis with lipstick. Again, wouldn't that have been a different movie?
I've seen early pictures of him in trunks, in purple trunks.
I had just forgotten that damn atrocity. Thank you, Bennett.
I see pictures of him with purple trunks and no bulletproof vest on, and he's not a small dude. He's 6.5 feet tall.
Well, he's defined.
Yeah, he's defined.
So there's not really enough reason for him to wear.
But the thing,
other than the shield,
is.
Well, I guess when you compare him to Cena, Cena's sculpted. Cena is just out and out
he's a tank.
He's like a tank.
Yeah.
Roman without the vest looks svelte. He's slinky, not very built. I mean, muscle definition, but not like
The Rock built.
Not like The Rock, and certainly not like Cena. So there you go.
So it does give the illusion of him being bigger.
It gives the illusion that he's being bigger, but at the cost of, well, being able to believe that he's in any kind of danger.
Also, I mean, dude, it's like that was the boss man's gimmick.
Yeah.
Wearing that vest. You're not the boss man. You're not.
And the boss man was heel, so.
Yeah. Think about anybody who's ever. I think we've had this conversation personally before. Think about anybody who's ever worn the vest and was they were all heels, right? Like Bull Buchanan when he was with Boss Man, heel.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
The Shield were heels.
Do you think that's the intent, to make him look a bit more cowardly?
No, because they keep booking him as the hero.
As
the hero face.
Yeah.
That's odd then.
It is confounding for everyone. What's going on there?
I chose to wear a skirt for some insane reason tonight. Moving right along.
So yeah,
I am good at derailing shit. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's.
I know. It's the left. I'm beginning to think that it's actually just that seat particularly because I'm constantly derailing everything we do. And I'm sitting there, but I'm actually feeling more centered now, focused.
You feng shuied yourself?
I feng shuied myself. My chakras are in alignment. Everything's good.
So Charlotte versus Bayley for
I'm onto you. Yeah.
For the women's championship. Okay, so this is probably the most interesting match on the card because of all the hype.
That's a fair adjective, I suppose.
Yeah, the most interesting match.
Not the best.
Yes, because everyone and their mother knows that Charlotte has a.
She's got the pay-per-view streak.
She's got the pay-per-view streak.
She's the queen of pay-per-views.
How many do you say that she won in a row?
16.
Yeah, it was like some ridiculous number.
Yeah, she successfully defended her belt on pay-per-view 15 times.
That is insane.
That is literally.
So we know what's going to happen going into this.
And then it doesn't.
And yet.
Yep.
It doesn't. Bayley retains.
Big surprise here. I assume this means they're going to court, like they've done before over her losing actually, I don't think that wasn't a championship. That was just a match, I think. They actually did that. I mean, not kayfabe. They did it. I mean,
Well, yeah, kind of
they actually had, and I hated this, an angle where Bayley beat Charlotte, and it wasn't even for a belt, obviously. She just beat her, and they had it removed, the win, by taking by her lawyers taking Stephanie's. The authorities' lawyers to court.
Oh, for God's sake.
And basically coming to an agreement that the match never happened, or lawsuits, etc. And I'm a flarer, and I'm the dirtiest player in the game, even when it's met like outside the ring, apparently.
Why in Bacon's name would they ever do something like that? Though?
Exactly. It is so dumb.
It makes no sense.
It is so dumb.
And you know what? I wouldn't put it past them to try to do that again. And then, which really would have undermined the actual quality of the match, because I'm not the biggest Bayley fan in the world. I think her move.
I like her fine.
I find her finisher to be incredibly lacking, incredibly weak sauce, and incredibly just not thrilling at all. Like at the beginning of the match, Charlotte did Bayley's finisher, just reversed it.
Very first move of the match.
Yeah,
that's.
And I should be upset as a Bayley fan, but you know what? The move is easy to do, and it is done constantly in other matches.
Yeah, but to start with it. I just feel like the whole thing got off on the wrong foot, and it never got any better.
Like, from that point of view, you should never use someone else's finisher, like, unless it's a point of significance.
It's just basic, though. You save the good stuff for the end. You build up to it. Well, you don't make the audience blow their load and then inevitably disappointed by the ending, which it was. It was very disappointing.
Yeah. And you're right, and I agree. I totally agree. But that reinforces what you're saying, which is that if her move is so easy to do and so oftenly used, commonly used in wrestling matches, that when you're just kind of doing your spots, like I'm gonna do one of these, and I'm gonna do, and a little bit of back and forth improv-y stuff, and it's just like, oh, she's coming at me, I do a belly to belly, oh shit, that's her finisher, isn't it? If it's that easy to make that mistake with somebody's finisher,
get a new finisher.
Yeah. I mean, but I understand why. It's supposed to be a hug.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be like, I'm gonna grab you and hug you, and it's gonna hurt, and it's awesome. That's an awesome idea. But the move just ain't that spectacular.
No, like if she did it overhead, like she did it like a belly to belly suplex, and actually like went over, but she doesn't do that. She just goes there and then just kind of falls to the side.
Yeah, it's just it. I have to admit, it's not a very spectacular move.
It's not spectacular. It's just really easy to do. And even if you're trying to have her be the every girl, you know, like she's the underdog and all that. But I could tell that she's more talented than that.
I don't know if you can call her an underdog when she wins so damn much. Can you really call
it's
her an
also
underdog
that she
at
looks
point?
really fit. And
Yeah.
she's kind of on the taller side, I think, as far as height's concerned. So.
Well, she's not as fit as Charlotte.
Well, no.
You know,
no,
like
not
Charlotte has a good like
Charlotte
3
is-
inches.
certainly no Sasha.
Yeah,
but,
Charlotte is like a good 4 inches taller
Yeah.
than her and at least 3 inches wider than her, just in the shoulders. Jesus fuck. But still,
Her
nobody.
torso
Well,
was just one giant
true.
muscle brick.
Yeah.
But if you look at Bayley's legs, she's really strong.
Look at Charlotte's legs and how long they are and how strong they are.
She got them sucker thighs.
Yeah, like as far as like the women's division is concerned, no one is as all round strong and agile as Charlotte. But I will say that this match was a good match, all things considered. Awkward corner bits happening in the towards the middle of the match, maybe towards the end of the match, where it just feels like it felt like Bayley was setting up a move that couldn't quite happen because Charlotte wasn't in the right position, so she basically jumped on the bottom rope for no real reason.
Yeah, there's a lot of mistakes being made like that.
It's
From
like
a lot of the NXT people, and I mean, I know they're going to improve,
Yeah.
but it's just, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the progress isn't going as fast enough as it should be.
Specifically
they make a
with
lot
Bayley.
Yeah, especially with Bayley, and even a little bit with Sasha. I will give you that. Even with my girl, you see some of that. But Bayley she just seems really, really green in a lot of her matches.
And what confounds me about that is that in NXT, when she was the champion towards the latter end of her time there, she was really doing good.
Yeah, she was.
She was on top of it. And she was even getting cocky. She was like doing Russian dances on top of people and stuff. And then
it was adorable.
She would do a freaking arm or an elbow lock or something, or a wrist lock. And while she's doing it, she would give you a high five. You know, and it would just be like to rub it in.
Is there any doubt why I love NXT more? Really? Is there any doubt? It just, to me, it just has more personality.
Well,
It has
why do
more
you think it
charisma.
is? What's the difference? Is it less pressure? Is it more freedom?
It's a lot of these things. It's the less pressure. It's constantly seeing the new talent kind of grow from the ranks. It's their diversity, that they have so many different styles and so many different, just from around the world.
Yeah.
Again, that you never saw that in wrestling 10 years ago. It's just, I don't know. To me, it feels a little bit more. There are still storylines, but it's all about the wrestling. It feels a lot less theatrical, but a lot more athletic, if that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense.
And that's why I love it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
It's got a more intimate feel, if that makes any sense. I don't know how else to describe it. It just feels like a more intimate.
That does make sense, yeah.
Yeah, than WWE for me.
That's what, and similar to that, that's why I like to get NXT and Raw and SmackDown.
But the pace of the match really never really stopped from the beginning all the way towards the end, where there was, like elevated arm drags and just inadvertent finishers. But the sequence that really pricked my ears up was Charlotte's moonsault to senton in the middle of the ring, which was
That was a great combination.
oh god! And then all of a sudden, when the match isn't going Charlotte's way, she starts screaming, "She's just a fan!"
Yes.
Like, there's something about Charlotte that is the best and worst actress at the exact.
She's the best and worst heel.
She's the best and worst
Yeah.
heel because she's the best and worst actress. Because she knows what makes a heel work, but she does it so goddamn much and does it so over the goddamn top that it sort of works on a meta level.
Yeah.
Like when she screams at Ric Flair, "I don't need you anymore!" more.
Oh God, it's like the Tommy Wiseau acting.
Yeah,
Of the wrestling.
like that's not good. That is not good acting.
Malkoviching.
Yeah.
It's part of you say Malkoviching?
Malkoviching.
Like,
I want the fettuccine Alfredo.
And I want it al dente. My
These-
water glass has no ice in it, and I expect that now if you would like a prompt and proper tip.
that was actually like the more subtle version of Malkovich. Actually, that was
More
Yeah.
certainly more subtle than Charlotte. but to the point that Charlotte's still like, she's over the top, but it makes it work for her as a heel. Like it's
Yeah.
It's strangely adorable. Her ineptitude goes from cringy to coming right back around and just being horrifically endearing.
Mm-hmm.
At least to me.
And that's why, like Charlotte is always my girl in any fight she's in. So like you have your Sasha Banks, I have my Charlotte.
I remember you.
And we
not
all
being
have Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when you weren't so
I wasn't-
in favor of her.
I
And
wasn't-
I was.
Really?
Yeah.
I was not hot on Charlotte for a few reasons. One, I hated your girl, your actual real girl, Dana Brooke.
Ooh, so that's why I get by association.
By association, it was just
Oh.
by association, I hated Dana Brooke.
Drama bomb.
But she's not your enemy.
Especially after like how this match began, where Charlotte tells Dana like, "Go back inside. Stop hogging my spotlight." And that's probably how
That was hilarious.
Yeah, which was goddamn hilarious. But as the match continues, and there's even a little love letter to Jeff Hardy in the in a twist of
I
fate
remember
in
Jeff
the ropes.
yeah.
Bailey performed a twist of fate on the
You
like
see,
with Charlotte in the
that's
ropes.
what we need.
Oof, that was cathartic.
Bailey.
Yeah, the Hardy Boys were like, they were. That's who I followed back in the day.
Yeah, same here. That
Oh,
was some of
really?
my,
With your pink and purple hair, you were a Hardy's fan.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed
I
it.
even had the arm
Rainbow-headed
warmers.
warrior.
I went out and bought those arm warmers.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, second fist bump.
Yeah.
Double fist bump. Fuck
Oh my
yeah.
God. In middle school, I had a tag team called the Bridgie Boys. And guess what? We did the Bray Wyatt thing before he did. I swear to God. I swear to God.
Got any pictures?
Hand on the Bible.
Pixar, it didn't happen.
I don't have pictures, but hand on the Bible,
Oh,
we
you
did.
suck.
I even had like a school project where we did like pictures of what our tag team was. We were the Bridgie Boys because what we do is we get on a bridge and our move was to spider crawl back towards the person who's already out on the mat.
That sounds efficient.
And over them and then just drop on them. It's not really a good payoff.
No.
But we were in middle school. Point is, we came up with the bridge thing.
Did you get good mark for that project at least?
They put it on the wall actually. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
With the rest of the other
Highest
projects.
honors.
The Bridgie Boys.
Hey, it was my idea.
That's how we know it's
These
yours.
kids are so imaginative.
But yeah, I had like the tight muscle shirt thing with the
Yep.
this, the armbands and everything, and oh man, this is why I didn't do well. Perspective is
Hindsight is
bitch.
2020.
yeah.
The last little bit I wanted to mention about this match was, God damn it, will people understand when a Frankensteiner is a Frankensteiner and when a Hurricane Rana is a Hurricane Rana?
I mean, to be fair, they're very similar, but one's on the top rope and one isn't.
It's your one job, do it right!
He really does get hung up on details, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, I mean, but I guess
You notice things that normal people would never notice. It's quite uncanny. It's actually
Well,
a good gift.
you'd be surprised. Yeah, there's some wrestling fans who are just like sitting there waiting for something to go wrong. Eagle eyes, just.
Like,
It sounds like the dorkiest thing ever.
Yeah, it is.
Just nitpicking
Yeah.
as you go, pointing things out.
So,
Well, actually.
Not that I'm trying to say anything bad about.
Nah, I get it.
I would have never.
By
noticed that
by
unless I pointed it
association,
out.
by association. I get
No,
it.
the truth is he just picks it up easily. I'm trying to stroke your ego.
But
You're doing a great job. Great job.
so the point of contention in this match for me though, and what I think is your deep dark fear when we see Raw tomorrow, is the fallout from Sasha Banks' involvement, where she basically caused a distraction. She was the one who...
Yeah.
She was the one who basically told the ref, hey, she's trying to pin her by the trunks. And she's like... And the ref says, oh, yeah, you grabbed her trunks. Let them go.
Yeah.
Which, granted, if the ref was doing their job... refs doing their job. But if the ref was doing their job, he should have been able to call that, which, granted, you have to let go if you're going to be a wrestling fan. So, like, on one hand, the moment that Sasha clocked Charlotte, isn't that a DQ? Why didn't they call for the DQ? Why didn't they call for the bell? I mean, sure, Charlotte, actually, it would have been Bayley who would have retained.
Did the ref miss it?
No, it would happen right in the goddamn ring.
Really?
Happened in the ring, right in front of the ref. It's like, why did they ring for the bell? They didn't ring for the bell.
Now that I think about it, yeah, that was a pretty shit call, wasn't it?
Why did they ring for the bell, call for a DQ, and then Bayley wins?
This is one of those moments where I'd actually, I'm not...
No.
I'm not recalling a perfect picture at this point, so I'd have to go back and look and see what the hell the ref was doing at that moment.
Yeah,
I can't remember what he was doing.
But it was right in front of...
But you say he was watching.
Like, it was right...
Okay.
Like, he was doing one of these, hey, get away from her! Like, why didn't he call for the bell? Just give due to DQ, Charlotte wins, but Bayley still retains.
Yeah.
So, you would have kept the pay-per-view streak alive.
Yeah.
Bayley still would have had the belt. Win-win. Why did they call for the DQ?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole match in itself, I think, was just plain sloppy.
I mean, the booking was sloppy, especially.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, the whole thing... I just thought that it was kind of slipshod, in my opinion.
I mean, there were some rough patches, especially in that corner spot. The corner spot is where all the roughness happens, because not only was there a moment where where Bayley...
Charlotte, Bayley...
No, it was Bayley was going for a move, but then she stopped doing the move because Charlotte was still hung up in the ropes, so she couldn't quite land it, and she did it again. But while she was setting her up in the moves, she hits her right in the back of the head towards her neck.
And there's that second one tonight that is a big no-no.
You're like, rabbit punching.
Big.
Do not rabbit punch. That is...
And
wasn't
called.
That is like I don't know if it's like legit banned in WWE, or is it just like wrestling courtesy? Like, if don't punch somebody right there, you can paralyze them for the rest of their life.
And considering the unfortunate spots that have happened in the past with Bayley and Charlotte,
it's like one, it doesn't look devastating. Two, it's very, very dangerous, and three, there's no reason to do it whatsoever. Don't rabbit punch.
I think she just was looking for something to do, in the moment, and oops.
Do you think she just got carried away and forgot herself?
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
I don't know if something like that could be deliberate.
Yeah. And best case scenario, you just hurt your hand.
Well, from what I understand, from what I've read, is that Bayley's supposed to be just about as nice in real life as she is in character.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that nice? Yeah. That's my language. So I don't think she would intentionally do that to Charlotte, especially considering she's in the past already busted her up.
Oh yeah,
she's
got botched elbow drop.
Oh yeah.
She's got to feel bad.
And but that's also why I'm a little bit concerned. Is because when you make mistakes, people get hurt.
Yeah.
And she makes a lot of mistakes.
Lately, ever since she moved from NXT, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I've only seen her now twice outside of NXT, and she has grievously injured both opponents. Just from her fucking up. Yeah. And I really do wonder how long she can keep going like this. Because if she does, I don't see her lasting.
Yeah, especially if we're supposed to buy her as like this little girl fan that's just who's living her dream when she keeps like, this is my dream, to give bloody lips and break bones.
It gives a juice job, yeah.
Yeah, like...
Then again, that actually could be kind of an amazing gimmick.
Like, it would be great if she had, like, her heel turn and she turns into Brock Lesnar and she just, like, gives, like, slicing elbows to people.
She just lays on top of people until they're out. Like Brock does. But there actually could be a heel turn here because what's going on... If this was anyone other than Bayley, I would see a heel turn coming. Because, or at the very least, we know there's going to be a feud between Sasha and Bayley, it seems. Because Charlotte had Dana Brooke not even come out to the ring with her. So that interference didn't happen.
That was odd.
Yeah.
So that interference never happened. Charlotte did, like, the face thing to not have interference in her match.
The only thing that heel was that she grabbed her trunks. And that's...
Yeah, but that's just, like, what heels do. They can't help it.
It's like, oh, that's just what heels do. They can't help
They
it.
can't help it.
It's just their fate.
Heel's
But again,
gonna heal.
in her case, I don't know how much of that is just playing heel or how much of it is just kind of incompetence.
Oh no, that was totally being heel when it comes to Charlotte, because that girl knows what she's doing every step of the way.
I'll give you that. But again, when your opponent is being sloppy, like last time we did this, it looked like Charlotte was the one that was kind of bungling everything because you can only react so much when your opponent fucks up. Trying to overcompensate for their mistakes made her look like she was being sloppy when she was really just trying to correct other people's mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to compare matches, like her match here versus her match at, crying, I forgot the last pay-per-view we did. Then
it was the Royal.
Yeah, would be the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like if you compare those two matches, then this is the cleaner match, the way cleaner match,
I agree.
and the way better worked match. Which I'm going to where credit is due. It's a much improved match, and I think Bayley is getting there.
Yeah.
To the point where she can be comfortable and do what she did in NXT in WWE. But she really needs to know when she's doing something dangerous and not let the moment basically dictate what she's going to do in the ring before she does something really dangerous and actually paralyze somebody.
Yeah. And I realized I should have said girl. I should have said woman.
Yeah. Especially since she's older than you.
Yeah, I know. That was more like one of those.
I still can't believe that.
That was more of one of those like, girl, you know what you're doing kind of moments.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Yeah.
So moving along.
Moving along to the main event. I mean, like if you know Goldberg, then this doesn't surprise you in the slightest. Not in the slightest.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the lead up to it, the whole ringing the doorbell, as it were, where Kevin Owens just playing footsies with the ring before the bell rings, that was pure Kevin Owens, and I like that. And then distraction from Jericho, Goldberg capitalizes, spear, jackhammer, Universal Championship. Now, granted, Goldberg, through 95% of his entire career, has been booked like this. So, guess what? Goldberg being Goldberg.
Yeah.
All right.
That's such a waste.
It feels like, on one hand, it feels like a waste. On the other hand, how could it not have happened? Because Kevin Owens, that Jericho moment had to have happened sooner than later. It just fucking had to happen. And knowing the history behind Jericho and Goldberg, you think there's some kind of twisted irony at play because Jericho had major beef with Goldberg back in the WCW days.
Yeah, I think it's a coincidence.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll see where this goes.
Yeah, because nobody holds the belt forever. So whoever wins it off Goldberg is going to look like $30 million.
Jericho.
It's going to be Roman.
Wow.
It's just
of course it's
going to be Roman.
Roman.
It's just going to be. It's just going to be fucking. Yeah. It's just going to be fucking Roman Reigns, and I guarantee you, if they go ahead with this idea that Roman beats Goldberg for the title, not only is it going to be a terrible match, not only will the fans hate it, Roman will only look like a heel. So if this is how he's going to turn heel, holy shit, this is going to be like the nuclear fucking heat.
Yeah.
I mean, if this is going to be their way of turning him heel.
Especially if he beats him with a spear.
If he beats him with a spear, wins the belt, and then still wallops him while he's down.
Or even uses the jackhammer on him.
Wait a minute.
No.
I forgot. Roman's not going to face him at WrestleMania. Because we remember Brock Lesnar's facing him at WrestleMania.
That's right.
So Brock Lesnar is going to face him for the Universal title. Now, that's how the booking is at the moment. But what the fuck does Roman do for WrestleMania? Face Braun Strowman again?
I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see.
I guess we do. As long as AJ Styles main events WrestleMania as he is being booked so far to be, I will be happy. I just need that. I just need that.
You and me both. You and me both.
WWE, I don't even need him to win. I just want him in the main event. Can you do that for me? Fuck the, 30 million other people that watch your program. Do it for me. Not for the little kids with cancer. Do it for me. Please. I'll be your best friend.
How can you say no to that face? Come on, get on it.
Come on, how can I say no to this face?
And moment
gone.
You can do your part to help a child like this. Let AJ Styles be the main event.
Arms of the angels.
Oh no, we can't sing a content ID.
No! A little like sparkle in your eyes, a tear comes down your cheek.
Sarah McLachlan just pokes her head in. Hi, I need a paycheck. Will you please put AJ Styles in the main event?
Do it. For the children. Won't somebody please think of the children?
So I guess we'll see you all for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last bump in the road. Oh, this is going to be... Not sure where the road's going or how the drive's going to be, but at least it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. This has been Fastlane.
Kevin Owens, you were robbed.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a hell of a way to end it, though, huh?
That was bullshit.
Till next time.